a pretty good little week. It's like it just keeps flowing for you. I mean, does it feel as comfortable out there as it looks? Because it looks like you just kind of worked right in with ease, so to speak.
Oh yeah, I'd be very comfortable just going through the week with the practice. The coaches just get all us prepared, so I'll be out there comfortable. Have a little butterflies, but I'll be all right.
Are you still getting butterflies at the start of games, or 3 games in? Is it still kind of an easy feeling now?
Well, every game I get butterflies because I don't know what the opponent gonna be like, but after I get hit or tackle or after the first play, I'll be all right after that.
What's your stepdad saying about this week and being a big Florida State guy?
He's all right. Well, now he's a Clemson fan because I go here, so his whole perspective changed. He's going for Clemson now.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, did he talk about the Florida State game in the past after he signed and committed to Clemson and everything?
Oh no.
Say, I'm off the bandwagon or anything?
Yeah, he just said you play for Clemson now, so I got to go to Clemson instead of rooting for Florida State.
For you being a guy from Florida, does this game mean anything more to you just from that standpoint?
It probably does because they really wanted me. So, well, I play hard every game, so it really don't matter who it is. But I think it's a big game for Clemson anyway because it's the ACC Open Conference, so it's a big game.
They recruited you pretty hard though?
Not really. They talked to me a couple times, but not really recruited me as hard as Clemson did.
It was more Clemson and Florida at the end for you.
Clemson and Florida.
Last week was a game that got a lot of talk leading up to it because you're playing Auburn and all that. But I mean, I would think this week is going to be even more intense because again, you want to get off on the right foot in the conference.
Say it again.
Your thoughts on the importance of this game, because you say it's the conference opener, you want to get off on the right foot in conference play. I mean, are you ready for the hype that this game is going to have and the intensity leading up to it this week?
Well, I think this game going to be like way more intense because we got to. This depends right here, the ACC, and they beat us last year by 3 points, and they got new players, we got new players. They got 5 stars, we got 5 stars, and it's going to be a great show out there.
They've been able to. Last week they made a great adjustment in the second half in which they started to find you underneath. Are you surprised with how open you've been able to get on the college level here just a few games into your career?
No, not at all because I get open in practice also. The plays meant for me to be open and coaches just be calling the right plays at the right time and Tiger making the right reads. So I'm not too much surprised.
Did you go to the Clemson at Florida State game last year?
No, I didn't make it any of Clemson games last year.
Somebody mentioned this morning that when C.J. Spiller was here his last couple of years, the crowd, every time he would touch the ball, would kind of, and now they're kind of getting that way with you. Do you hear that when you're out there?
I don't hear the crowd as much when I'm out there. I just block everything out.
And then what's it like when you get an open field? Do you think to yourself, yeah, I'm gone, this is going to the house?
Most of the time, if I'm in open field, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go. Like this is touchdown. Most times, if they right there, I'm like, okay, get what I can get and get down, and let's move to the next play.
You remind me a lot of a guy who's trying to steal a base in baseball, and that once you get the ball, it's just all straight ahead. Have you always been that kind of runner as opposed to getting the ball, looking around, and a head fake? I mean, have you always been pretty much a straight out of the gate, acceleration, put the pedal down kind of guy?
Well, the coaches stretch it in practice, so I just, like as it goes on, I just do what they say and just keep it moving. In high school, I did the same thing, one cut and go. I'm not the guy that just sit down and just stay in place. I just like to run straight forward, one move and get down, and let's move to the next play.
What are the biggest things you're working on as you go forward in terms of polishing your game and making it better than it is?
Just becoming a better blocker and just listen to the coach and no loafs down the field. Just hustle every play till you're tired. And if you get tired, just tap your head for somebody else come in for you and just be more physical and know the game better and just running routes or just catching the ball and scoring. Just learn what the defense and learn what the play call is, learn your down and distance and what to do during that time.
Have you had to take blocking more seriously since you got here?
Yes, sir. In high school, I blocked a lot, but I didn't block. I think blocking was a big, major part in college, so coach would be on me every day in practice. You got to do this, you got to block, don't be soft. So all the receivers take that into consideration in the game. We'd be like, oh, you got your cut yet, or oh, you got your knockdown yet. So we basically get rewarded for that.
Do you feel as comfortable in the kind of hybrid way they use as a running back in this offense as you do as a wide receiver?
Yeah, I feel comfortable. That's just another way to give me the ball, so I'm very comfortable with that.
We just learned that you were named the ACC Receiver of the Week and ACC Rookie of the Week. Do awards, recognition, things like that mean something to you?
I mean, it's a great thing, but I don't too much pay attention to it. I didn't even know until he just showed me. You know, I got a long way to go. It's not over with. I just still just keep on grinding.
Has it, you know, obviously you're not going to say, hey, this is easy, this college level, but I mean, have you maybe been surprised as to how easily it's come for you? You know, 21 catches or something like that, 20 catches in 3 games, and, you know, the touchdowns. Has it come maybe a little bit easier than you expected that it would? Well,
I just think that Coach Jeff Scott and Coach Dabo and all the other teammates, they just put me in a great situation to be out there on the field and start as a freshman and put me in a situation to make plays. So I think I'm kind of surprised, but then again, hard practice pays off in the game. So.
How about your relationship with Taj in terms of wide receiver to quarterback, you know, reading his eyes, his body language, your body language? How's that come along? It looks like it's worked out pretty well.
Oh yeah, he like we just come a long way. Like everybody getting to connect. Third game, like second games, everybody just getting to feel of each other. But as practice went on last week, he know my initial move. I know what he's going to do. I know what we basically know where the ball is going at sometimes, like from that play. So he just go through his reads and to his progressions, and I'm just like a check down man. He just throw me the ball.
Is there a wide receiver that you watch that you kind of compare yourself to or try to model your game after?
Most definitely Julio Jones. I love Julio Jones.
What about him do you like?
He's big, explosive, fast, and very physical.
Coach Morris mentioned just a little bit ago that he's holding you to a higher standard with some of the standouts like Taj and Dwayne. How do you feel about that? That he's holding you to a maybe kind of an elite standard, pushing hard to practice.
Well, it's great because, you know, I don't get to just sit down and watch. I get pushed like everyone else. They pushes everyone, and it just motivates me just to work hard and just come out there every day and just put on and work and don't get the big head. Just stay humble and just grind.
Did you notice Auburn do anything different than the first 2 teams did as far as double teams against you or chipping you at the line, or, you know, did anything change as far as their coverage?
They coverage changed throughout the game. Like sometimes they'll come up and press or play cover 2 or play cover 4, but I think they was way more physical than the other teams, as in standpoint of coming down, pressing, or coming downhill, hitting, tackling, and putting their hands on you. But I think it was a great team. They was physical.
Can you, or have you thought about now what happens now that you're getting known a little bit and you're the guy that everyone's going to see on film now as they get ready for Clemson? I mean, you're going to become that target. If you've kind of prepared yourself for seeing now a whole lot more attention defensively and maybe all kinds of different junk defenses and that kind of thing.
Well, in high school, I was the same way. I always get targeted out because I was like the leader of our team, so I won't take it no differently.
You're used to having the target on your back. So
yes, sir.
Have you become more of a celebrity around campus? Or people starting to recognize you a lot more and more?
No, not at all. I stay in. I just go to class, football, and stay in the house most of the time.
So not even walking to class, people are like, hey.
No, not really. Not really.
You like being the check down guy when Taj looks deep first, and then you're the check down option where it frees you up to create.
Yes, sir. It's a lot of space out there on the field, and everybody be backed up. So if I just make just one linebacker miss or a defender miss, or I can stiff him and go and get 10+ yards, that's just great because you just make a play out of nothing.
Sammy, you think about records? Do you like hearing about them? Do you prefer the Tim Bray people just don't tell you about them? You just want one game at a time and look at it after the season, or what?
Oh yeah, I just take one game at a time. I really don't get time to check records or anything like that. Like people might come by and say, you broke that record. I'm like, oh, thanks, but I don't really too much care. It's my first year. I got a lot of more learning, a lot of more things to do, so I really don't care about records right now.
After 3 games, you're on pace to break the Clemson career record for receiving.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't done by a freshman, but as a freshman. And what do you think? Do you wait till it's all over to see what happens, or is that something you'd like to have?
Probably just wait to see what happens because I really don't know how this. I mean, I'm gonna keep trying to perform on the field, but I don't know how everything's gonna end out. I don't know what's gonna happen. So we can just wait the end of the season, see how it goes.
Do you think your football skills are just natural, or by running track, do you think you picked up some of your skills for that? I mean, did some other things factor into your ability to play this game so well?
I think just sitting around my coach, training every day, just listen to what he says, and then come to this level and listen to what the coaches have to say, and they motivate you way more than your high school coach did. They actually like be on you hard and not just, oh, you did this wrong. When you do something wrong, they're gonna get on you right then and there and tell you what you need to do next time. And I just think you just got to basically push yourself, and your coaches just push you farther, and you push yourself and just keep on with it.
Are there some things with technique, either fundamentals or just route running and that kind of thing you've learned here in the 2 months or whatever you've been around the
Most definitely. I learned that you have to get your yardage every play. You have to run full speed every time off the line. You have to pay attention to the little things instead of the big things, instead of just, oh, I'm going to come out here and catch the ball. You got to worry about, oh, my feet got to be straight, oh, I got to run straight, I got to run this way. So you got to learn a lot more than high school.
You talked about, I guess, maybe making something out of nothing. Is that how the long touchdown set up for you, or was that a different play for you? How was it set up?
It was just it was just for the third down conversion, get 6 yards, but everything opened up the right way, and I just ran. And I seen it, and I just ran.
Were you the check down on that play?
No, not at all. The ball was meant to come to me on that play. It was like a little third down conversion that we do, and we practiced all week in practice. It was working pretty good against the defense, so it was like it might work against Auburn. So we just tried it, and it actually worked. But one dude missed a tackle, and I just swiveled on through and scored.
Can you appreciate the fact that maybe Duke has shared it with you? Last year, he was pretty much the only target. Jerron Brown, a little bit of Dwayne Allen. But I mean, can you appreciate that you and several others now have added so much energy and playmaking to this offense?
Oh yeah, I love it. Those guys out there are great, because you can't just double team Nuke or double team Dwayne or double team me or Sharon or Jerron. We got multiple receivers out there helping, and you just can't watch one of us. All us out there just having fun, moving around, and when he get the ball, I congratulate him. When I get the ball, they congratulate me. If I'm tired, he come in. If he tired, I come in. So we got everybody just subbing and helping out, and Ty's doing this thing, and the coaches just put us in the perfect situation with this offense, and then with the coaches just coaching us in practice, telling us to, come on, man, let's go, tempo, and just keep getting on us about the little things, and that's basically what it is.
You don't worry that they need to play with more than one ball?
No, everybody getting the ball in this offense, so you don't really have to worry about balls.
What have you noticed about Taj's play from week 1, 2, and 3 from your perspective?
I think he's just getting used to us receivers and just getting the game and just listening to the coach, and just now he's looking like a NFL quarterback, sitting back there comfortable, just getting everybody the ball. I just think he's just growing up, really. All of us is.
It has to make your life a little bit easier that he's got a certain degree of poise, or so it seems about him. I mean, if you're playing with a guy that's got happy feet or throws it too soon, I mean, talk about that.
Yeah, I think Ty's more of, now he is, like, he just sits in the pocket. He don't just try to run. He actually go through progression of check downs, or is he open, or if he's not open, okay, let me look here. If he's not open, let me hit, okay, let me throw it away or let me run it, whichever one. He just don't, oh, he's not open, let's take off and run. He actually go through his progression. That, like, Coach Moore stressed that so much, like, Ty, let's go through progression. Now he's just been listening to what the coach says, and it's actually been working out for him.
You're a lot more comfortable with the range of the playbook than a lot of the other freshmen or even young receivers have here for a while. Do you think that's a function of anything you've done from a studying standpoint, or do you think it helped more that you were stuck in the first string from third practice on and just got the extra reps in?
I think you just got to do it like a studying thing, because I studied every night. Me and Sharon stayed studying. Sometimes Martavis, but we just studied every night. And I came here sometimes early just to watch film and study the plays, go over the plays constantly, just try to memorize it, just stick it in. And after I learned the plays, like, I can move how I want to move instead of worrying about, oh, what's the play, or I got to beat him. Now I just worry about, oh, I just got to beat this one defender and just do my job and then make the play. So now I just go out there and just focus on beating this guy instead of, oh, what's the play, oh, what I got to do this play. I just go out there and play and have fun.
When do you feel like you were really comfortable with everything they were asking you to do?
Probably in fall camp. We had the install. I just kept going over install. Coach kept going to install. He just always kept the install in there. We just always went over the script and just kept on going. Everybody just studied right then and there in the receiver room.
What have you seen from the Florida State secondary? What's more impressive about those guys?
I can say all of them fast. They flow to the ball. They very physical, and they look like they got a bunch of athletes over there
Well, you see
and a
some
lot of
guys-
young guys.
Do you know any of those guys?
No, not really, not personal.
Anybody on the other side, anyone on the Florida State team on the offense that you know or played against or played with in high school?
No, I played with none of them. I played with one of them in the Army game. That was about it.